They also don't say the word pot anywhere in this movie.
No, they don't. Well, do they call it a chicken pot pie in England? Wouldn't they call it a chickie handy or whatever?
Chickie handy?
I'm making fun of how British people name things.
I know, but chickie handy.
A chickie handy.
Something else, Carter.
The fact that that's like innuendo just makes it more likely to be real British vernacular.
What's a chicken pot pie
a chickie handy
in England?
It's like a hot pocket with raw chicken in it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Pacific Standard, guys. I am one of your hosts. My name is Carter Briggs, and with me, as always, are the two other hosts slash dudes who do this. Their names are Abel Stoika.
Sorry, that was me trying to crack open a bottle in time. It didn't work. Hi, I'm Abel.
And Mason Winter.
Hello.
And this lovely week, we are talking about Chicken Run, the movie Chicken Run.
Bok bok.
Bok bok. It was my pick, huh? So I say what it was.
Yeah.
I'm so tired.
Yeah,
I'm so tired.
I would like to say I got this on DVD from the library. And on the DVD menu, there's a panic button. There's like the play movie scenes, audio, special features, and then a panic button. And if you press it, it alternates between two clips of all the chickens just screaming from the movie. And then it just goes back to the main menu.
That's pretty sick. I kind of love that.
It was really funny.
I really love that. I actually have a story. So my family has a Netflix account. This is how I watch
Really?
it. My family has a Netflix account, but I don't live with my family. So I realized that I can't even just watch Netflix on my laptop, which is how I've been watching Netflix, you know?
Yes.
But I got on my laptop and it was like, you're not part of your home. This isn't part of your home network. And so I was like, hey, what would be cheaper? The cheapest Netflix plan just for this month? Or buying this movie straight up? And to watch this movie with ads, it would have cost me more than just buying it. So I just bought it straight up on Apple because I didn't want to go out and get a DVD, which I should have done, but I just bought it straight up on Apple.
Was it like $4?
It was like $4. And here's my issue. Hey, Netflix, remember when you raised prices because of the sharing thing? Now that you don't allow the sharing thing, bring your prices down, you stupid pricks. Or, better yet, everybody cancel their Netflix subscription because there's nothing good on that shit service and make those fuckers go bankrupt.
Yeah, the last good thing that they made was Ozark, and then they not canceled it, where they didn't officially cancel it, but when you watch the 4th season, it's like, okay, they told them to wrap it up, guys. It show's over.
That's what they did to Castlevania Nocturne, too. Anyway.
I don't know why they do that. Why do they hate art? They're tech people. That's why.
That is, well, because they were like, let's absolutely blow up this industry that functions perfectly fine.
Yeah, this is a very quick speed run of how fast can we start talking about Netflix in a complaining tone when we have nothing to... The movie we're talking about has nothing to do with that.
Anyway, well, it kind of does. Anyway, I'll get into that in a second. So this movie, this is an Aardman movie. I can't remember what year it came out. What year did it come out, Abel? You're the guy.
2000.
2000. It's a fucking dragon like me. So it's about we open.
It's older than me.
It's older than me too.
You snakes, you. What the fuck happened in the... Oh, yeah. Chicken Run. So, in the movie Chicken Run, there's the chickens, and they live on a chicken farm, on an egg farm. They live on Mr. Tweedy's egg farm, and...
Don't mislead them.
Well, it's Mrs. Tweedy's, but it's been in Mr.
No,
Tweedy's.
these chickens live in a concentration camp.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was getting to that. But the concentration camp, the labor that they're doing on this labor camp is laying eggs, right? So there's this...
I'll go lay an egg.
There's this one chicken named Ginger, and she's always trying to escape. And to be fair, if she just wanted to escape and she wasn't always trying to get all the other chickens out. In fact, I bet Ginger and the Scottish chicken, I'm getting ahead of myself, could escape on their own, but she keeps getting caught and then put in solitary
Ginger
confinement.
did in the beginning.
Yeah, I know. That's what. But then she
She
went
got under
back
the fence.
for the other assholes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If she just didn't care about those other assholes, she'd be gone. She'd be living free as a bird. But Ginger's always trying to escape. She keeps getting caught and put in solitary confinement. And then one day, a rooster flies in. He flies in from the outside, and he has a poster, and it says, "I'm a flying rooster. I'm a rooster who can fly." And Ginger's like, "Oh my God, you can help us escape. You can teach us to fly." And he's like, "Yeah,
But I
can."
just broke my arm.
He's like, "Yeah, I can, but my arm's broken. So you hide me from the circus from which I come from, and then I will teach you to fly." And then that happened. There's some trying to teach them to fly shenanigans, but then Mrs. Tweety, who is not happy with the measly profits of an egg-laying chicken farm, buys a really expensive chicken pot pie machine. And she's gonna kill the chickens and put them in pies. And so the chickens, they gotta escape before they get made into pies. And then they build a plane and they escape. It's pretty sick.
Good movie.
Good movie.
I liked it, at least.
What did you think, Mason? What'd you think?
It's good.
Oh boy. Oh boy, Mason hated it. You can tell.
No, I just no. It was, it was just all right to me. Like it wasn't. I didn't hate it, and I didn't love it.
Disagree, Mason, but it's fine.
But I also had never seen this. Like I didn't grow up with this movie.
Disagreements are the spice of life, so it's okay.
I've always thought that I watched this movie as a kid, but as soon as I started it, I realized I don't remember any of this. I don't think I watched this ever, so this was also a fresh viewing. I think I just saw the DVD at like a friend's house one time, and the cover art just made an impression on me. I just assumed in my brain that I had seen it before when I haven't. For Aardman movies, I've only seen this and the Were-Rabbit movie. I definitely like Were-Rabbit more, and they definitely have a trend of doing just like parodies of adult-themed movies, but as children's movies with like lighter plots.
It's The Great Escape. This movie is The Great Escape. That's what this movie is.
Yeah.
Which is a movie about what, Carter?
About it. Well,
The
it's
audience?
about
Chickens.
The Great Escape is about escaping a POW camp.
Yes.
Yeah, this one's about escaping a chicken farm because they're chickens. It's fun.
Yeah, I like Babs, I believe is the character's name.
The knitting one?
Yeah, just so many zingers. I don't want to be a pie. I don't like gravy. All my life flashed before my eyes. It was really boring.
No, she's good. I really like the rooster, the old man rooster. There's two roosters in this. One is an old man, and he was in the RAF.
What's his name again? It's something.
Oh, what is his name?
It's chicken themed.
Google time. Oh, Fowler. His name is Fowler.
Yeah.
I like this better than Curse of the Were-Rabbit, personally. Well, nobody asked you. I mean, we did because it's a podcast, so
Abel
we
put
did
out
ask
his
you.
opinion, and me and Abel are in agreement.
That's fine.
I still like this one, though. Don't get me wrong. This was a fun watch.
I'm going to say a lot of the same stuff I said about the last one. I love the amount of work that you can tell goes into these. Also,
For real, yeah.
I think we're glossing over one element. I think a lot of people gloss over this, and I think it's supposed to be glossed over, which is the design. The character design is so good because they gave chicken teeth that they emote with constantly, and it's not creepy. It just looks normal. It's like kind of charming.
Yeah, they just look like normal chickens.
They look like chickens, but they have teeth that they use to look more British and emotive. Is that a word? Who gives a shit?
Emotive? Yeah, that's a word.
You never notice it until you're like looking for things to notice. And it's great. I love the plane. The design of the plane is so fun. I love that it flaps its little wings at the end. Also, the score is so good. I don't know why the score is so good. This score is killer.
Who did the score?
I'm looking it up.
Hey, I'm also looking it up.
Well, now we're racing.
Harry Gregson Williams and John Powell.
Yep.
The guy who did the Shrek soundtrack and the soundtrack for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
This is a DreamWorks movie, and
I'm pretty sure. Isn't Advanced Warfare the one with Kevin Spacey?
Yeah. Oh no, he did Shrek the Third and Shrek the Halls and X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Shrek the Third is the worst Shrek, and X-Men Origins Wolverine is the worst Wolverine. That's terrible.
Okay, hold on, Carter.
What?
There's no
My
worst
personal
Shrek.
favorite.
Yes, there is. It's called Shrek the Third.
No.
There's a worse Shrek. It's called Shrek the Third.
Shrek the Halls.
No, Shrek the Halls is a bit of fun. It's a holiday special. Mason, don't even get me started. Shrek 1, amazing. Changed the genre of animation. Some say for the worse, but it is a really important movie. Shrek 2, great. Shrek 4, Forever After, great. Shrek the Third, not very good or funny.
Okay.
I like Puss in Boots too.
Puss
That's my hot take. That movie is good.
That movie that everybody says is amazing. It is a great movie. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is great. Me and Abel one time in college watched Puss in Boots, the first Puss in Boots, on a projector in a room one time. Why'd we do that?
Because there was nobody coming in.
Oh yeah, we were doing something. I can't.
We were casting a show.
That's right.
Nobody was coming into our room, so we were watching.
We were watching Puss in Boots.
1 on the 1, 2, 3 movies. Good times.
I'm gonna fall into DreamWorks controversy trap because this is a controversy they concocted so people would talk about it. I hate their new intro, their new stupid Synergy intro. I miss this old.
It's gross.
I miss this one where it's like artsy and you can be funny with it. This one is so much better.
Iconic.
It's so iconic and it's so much better than zooming through fucking How to Train Your Dragon and Kung Fu Panda. It's like I'm walking in Universal. You know what I mean? It's like I'm at Universal Studios Hollywood.
If Pixar did that, that would be weird. And Pixar is way better IP than DreamWorks.
Yes. Well,
Maybe not way better, but I would say that they have better like brand recognition for sure.
I don't even know if
I think
that's
that's part of the reason why DreamWorks is doing this is to create that brand recognition. But
I know, but like, does Pixar? I'm not trying to start an argument. Do they though? Because like they just make more shit. You see what I'm saying?
they got like Toy Story, Cars.
Right, but they also have like Good
Fucking-
Dinosaur and Luca.
Well, you just forget about those ones, you know?
Right, but I'm saying I can't think of a DreamWorks one that I forgot about, except maybe Ants.
I'm pretty sure the Good Dinosaur made me cry.
At what part?
At the end.
Oh, okay. I mean,
I didn't even watch that one. Spoilers. You just spoiled it. It's going to be sad.
I watched it. And feelings are feelings, Mason. Cry whatever movie you want. There was no part in that movie where I gave a shit whether the good dinosaur lived or died.
All right. I see.
That was like a microcosm of a lot of conversations on this podcast is Carter and I debating stuff and then both kind of going, yeah, that one wasn't the best. And then Mason going, I loved that one. That one was my favorite.
That is, yeah.
Is that your favorite Pixar movie, Mason?
No, but I definitely realized recently that like my role on this podcast is for the everyman viewer of movies who just is watching it just to watch it.
Yeah.
And I accept that role.
Yeah. Well, you better. No, I'm kidding. That's good.
No, but I like the Good
Yeah.
Dinosaur.
I'm the stick up my butt movie critic. I'll take it though.
I didn't say
I'll
it.
take the stick up my butt.
I didn't say it.
And then Carter's the social commentary guy.
Yeah, that's me. I say I like a good theme, and I hate Nazis. That's my bag. That's me.
Speaking of themes, I really liked the character of Ginger, like what you were saying earlier about how she refuses to just leave by herself and let everyone else stay there because everybody else they just don't have the drive to free themselves, you know,
And
you can kind of tell that they're okay with staying there for the moment if they get like more food or whatever, But then she's like, "Wait, why do you guys want to stay here? You guys should want to leave." And they're like, "You're right. We do want to leave. We don't want to be here."
Mm-hmm.
And she just believes in like making a better future and believes in herself a lot, getting this plane shit together. Like she just kind of becomes the leader, even though their de facto leader is just some cranky old guy who just talks himself in circles and no one listens to him. I thought that was really nice.
Is he the de facto leader? I think he thinks he's the de facto leader. But Ginger is kind of the leader from the start. She just kind of... It's just that everybody else is like, it seems like we're not getting out, Ginger. It seems like...
I think he's just old. So he was at one point, but is now like washed,
Mm-hmm. I also love, because you as an audience member obviously know this because he's a fucking chicken. But I love when she's like, "Are you going to fly the plane?" And he's like, "No, I don't know how to fly a fucking plane." and Ginger's like, "Well, you were in the RAF." And he was like, "As a mascot, I'm a chicken. What are you talking about?" And then she has to fly it.
Was the impression like that it was human people flying the planes?
No, he says it. He goes. They don't allow chickens to. What does he say exactly? To handle.
Imagine him at the helm, looking back and just signaling with one wing out, and then just rows of men opening bay doors and dropping bombs.
Just. Well, the British didn't do a lot of bombing.
No. Didn't all their planes get knocked out?
Yeah, they all got knocked out
immediately
in the battle of was it the Battle of Britain or the Battle of London? I can never remember.
I think it might have been London. I think yeah,
because all the German planes, the RAF is special because they held out for so long, even though the German planes outnumbered them and shit. But then by the end of that battle, they were out of fucking planes.
Fowler also had a joke about the Americans showing up late, and I was like, "You're out of pocket, brother."
Yo, legit out of pocket. Yeah, we showed up late to the war. That's not on our continent. Why the fuck would we care?
That we got no part in.
Like, you're welcome, asshole. Like,
yeah, we saved the day.
Like, shit's sake. Do I think the Americans should have joined the war sooner and killed some more Nazis? I do. That's a take that I have. Do I think the British people get to complain about it? No. No, I do not. Fowler. Mascot piece of shit.
Fowler.
Anyway, this has been History Talk. This has been History Talk with Mason and Carter.
I'm just soaking it up, this info.
I managed to get through it with my rough knowledge.
This is
rough knowledge.
This is what's super annoying. Listeners wouldn't, maybe they'll know this based off what I've said on this podcast. I am a kind of a history buff. My dad's a history teacher, and it wasn't that he taught me a lot. Mason's seen this firsthand. It's that
I think it's just in proximity.
Yeah, in proximity
because it's around.
And I was expected to know it. Like, it was. It was less like, "Here, let me teach you something, son," and more like, "What do you mean you don't know about World War II?" And I'd be like, "Well, I'm 7.
And as much as I find the subject of World War II fascinating, it's not something I've dived into extremely deep.
No, and neither I don't really do I don't give a shit about battles and stuff, even though I just listed a battle. This is what I'm saying. I don't even give a shit, and I know the facts.
But it's because it was a very important one, and it had significance because it knocked out most of the Britain's Air Force.
But anyway, my point in summation, I know a lot about history, and Mason does too, and a lot of my friends do. But because they're around me, I think, and this isn't a brag, I hate this. They'll be like, "Oh, my rough knowledge. I got through it with my rough knowledge." You know a lot, Mason. I'll fucking fight you. You know quite a bit.
I do, but in terms of where I find my knowledge is more so in the subjects I'm really interested in. And I find those are more ancient history or a little bit I kind of like colonial history too. That's kind of interesting. But World War II specifically and a lot of World War I, I'm not too versed in.
Yo, fuck World War I. People are like, what started World War I? Nothing. Literally
the Great
nothing.
War, Carter.
Literally nothing started it.
It's the Great War.
Rich people had a dick measuring contest and 500,000 people died.
A 20-year-old rebel killed an aristocrat.
Yeah.
And then because of alliances between countries, everyone got in a big scuffle.
Yeah.
And it took over Europe.
Yes. And it was mostly about rich people having a dick measuring. It was mostly about cousins having dick measuring contests with each other because all the royal families were related. It was a family spat.
Family dick measuring contest.
This is why
everyone had to pick sides based on alliances, and then it was War of the World.
This is why monarchy shouldn't be allowed. Also, last thing, and then we can actually talk about this movie that we watched.
It took 2 for them to learn, like, we shouldn't do this again.
Yes, it took 2, and just like their whole continent being demolished for them to be like, maybe we stop this for a while.
Because the second one quickly followed the first.
Yes, it was so fast.
Historically, it was a few years, but historically, very quickly followed the first.
So fucking fast. Anyway, this is my last thing. And this is going to be one of my social commentary things. If I hear another British person, I'll take any guff about America from any person. If I hear another king-loving, tea-drinking, yuck-mouth-having British person say shit while they have a king and a billionaire prime minister, I'm going to flip my shit. Okay? Britain, you are not allowed to be like, you guys have an oligarchy. Bruh, you have a monarchy, okay? Fuck off. Sorry, that's it. That's done.
The comedian Tom Segura does a podcast with his wife, Christina, who's also a comedian. And she loves the royal family and is all interested in it. And he just rolls his eyes every time. And it's so funny.
I hate them. They're so fucking annoying. We left the royal family. I'm fucking Harry. What's his fuck? Is that his name?
Harry, what's his fuck?
What's his fuck is not his name.
What's his name? And he's married to the Canadian. She was in Suits.
Yeah, Meghan Markle.
Her. And they left because the royal family was racist. Who could have guessed? Who fucking...
hold on.
Who saw
I'm really
that coming?
Struggling because I know that they were the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, but I don't know Harry's last name.
No, it's the royal... Isn't it House Windsor?
Well, that's the house, but like...
House.
Isn't like...
In the real world.
What's his brother's
Isn't
name?
that what it is?
Fucking...
The British royal family?
You're definitely able. You're probably right. I think it's funny that in the real world, we're like, oh, House Windsor of Britain.
Yes.
Of old Britannia.
What is Harry's brother's name? What's his older brother's name?
His birth name is Prince Henry of Wales.
Isn't it Will?
No, I don't think his brother's name is Will.
The older brother, I thought it was Will or William or some shit.
Oh, wait, no, you're right. It might be William. Because I think isn't it William and Kate? Don't they have a last name, though?
I don't fucking know. William and Kate Flutterbottoms. They look like William and Kate
isn't it like
Flutterbottoms.
Middleton?
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
William is the second in line to the king.
What is Princey Boy William's last name?
Yeah, it's Middleton.
William Arthur Philip Lewis.
Oh, wait, maybe it's just cute.
Yeah, of House Windsor.
Dude,
is what Wikipedia says.
This is so stupid. All right.
And he married...
None of us give a shit.
Catherine Middleton.
Why are we doing this? In summation, fuck you, Britain. Get your fucking shit together. Why do you have a fucking geriatric who has $1 trillion? That's stupid.
But keep making funny movies, though. I like them.
Oh, I didn't say Did I say Aardman? Aardman. Keep making funny little movies. What are we talking about? The movie.
Chicken the Run.
Chicken the Run. I love dude, you know what's a great fucking sequence and probably took so long? The fucking sequence when they're in the pie machine is so good.
Yeah. The pie machine.
It's so good. There's a gravy gun. They're running around. They're stuck in dough.
Is it the fact that they clogged the gravy gun the reason that the whole thing shuts down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like, which is hilarious because that should just like explode and that just be one component of the machine?
Well, it exploded, and then they run around, and a bunch of gears chase them down a hallway, and a bunch of screws come out because of the pressure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I remember.
I'm gonna guess that pie
This
machine
movie's
was
super unrealistic.
well. I actually think it's super realistic because that pie machine seems like a scam.
Yeah, if they shove a carrot in one gravy gun, the whole thing goes kaput.
Well, also, it's like I don't think Miss Tweety is one. It's obvious that she's not that smart. But what was she gonna do when she made all the chickens into pies?
Sell the pies, I guess.
Yeah, but then she doesn't have any more chickens. She gets to do that once.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
She needed to buy a rooster and have a bunch more chickens and then make the chickens into pie. Also, she never plucked the chickens. Is there a plucking section? Because they go into dough really fast.
Well, on the advertisement, it's just a raw chicken head poking out of a pie.
I know, so I think there's feathers in that chicken pie.
They also don't say the word pot anywhere in this movie.
No, they don't. Well, do they call it a chicken pot pie in England? Wouldn't they call it a chicky handy or whatever?
Chicky handy?
I'm making fun of how British people name things.
I know, but chicky handy.
A chicky handy.
Something else, Carter.
The fact that that's like innuendo just makes it more likely to be real British vernacular.
What's a chicken pot pie
A chicky handy
in England?
It's like a hot pocket with raw chicken in it.
In England, pot pie is generally referred to as a chicken handy. No, I'm kidding. That's a joke. I'm kidding. It says chicken pie or meat pie with variations depending on the specific filling and gravy. That's what AI says.
Okay.
I'll be down faster than you can say mixed vegetables.
And then he gets absolutely pummeled by a bunch of mixed vegetables.
Then he gets shoved into the meat department or the meat component of the machine.
And he saves himself. They both save themselves in the same way by sliding down a rail, by doing a sick trick.
Yeah, it's called a grind, bruh.
Oh man, I hate it when
50-50, Carter.
I hate it when my chickens escape being turned into chicky handy pies. I hate it. It really grinds my gears.
Chicky handy.
Chicky handy.
Don't you hate when a random American rooster gets into your British chickens?
Oi, what is this American rooster doing in me? You know,
chicky handy.
You know a fun fact?
What's Mel Gibson doing here?
Dude, I did not know this was Mel Gibson. I did not know this was Mel Gibson until I saw it this time. And I watched this so many times.
Because at multiple points in this movie, I was like, his voice sounds so familiar. And I multiple different names came to me throughout this movie. And so I just had to look it up. And I was like, it's Mel Gibson. What the?
He's great in this. He does an amazing job voice acting in this.
I think I wrote down the ones. At times, I thought he sounded like Chris Evans. At other times, I thought he sounded like Jason Bateman. And then at other times, I almost thought, I wrote question mark. I said, George Clooney, question mark? I could not put a pin on this one.
No, and that's good. You don't want, I personally, I think there's some that are exceptions, but I don't like when I'm watching an animated movie and instead of being like, oh, well, this is the tiger character, I'm like, well, this is Chris Evans' character. You know what I like? That's
why I love Pixar does really good casting jobs where occasionally there's a huge celebrity in there, but they're a really good fit and you forget about it.
Studio Ghibli is let's stack our fucking cast.
Dude, and it's always great, honestly, but also
to the gills.
Pixar doesn't remember when Pixar tried to do the celebrity cast and no one liked it in that.
Remember when Pixar was good and they made bloopers for an animated movie?
Dude, that was peak
Pixar.
Peak Pixar is when at the end. Remember when they did the Cars truck stop at the end of Cars and it was car versions of all the other Pixar movies?
Yeah.
That was great.
Cars is great.
Cars is great. Cars 2, pretty good. Cars 3, masterpiece.
I've only seen the first one.
Wait, what? How did you watch the trailer for Cars 3 and not go, I need to see this immediately?
I thought that looked stupid as fuck, honestly. Because I was like 15. I'm not going to go see Cars. I'm going to go see Deadpool. Deadpool's epic.
Cars doesn't even do swears.
He's a superhero rated R.
He looks at the camera and he goes, ouch, my ball sack hurts. That's fucking funny.
He breaks the fourth wall.
He told me, the audience member, that his ball sack hurts. Cars could never.
He's famous and he talked to me?
He's talking to me.
Yeah, his name's Deadpool and it's all for you.
When he looks,
does this sound like the best hero ever?
When he looks into the camera and he goes, this is going to be kick-ass, that is to me his best friend.
He goes, I love tacos and I love pizza, and I'm going to shoot you this guy in the heady head.
This is my favorite type of pizza. It is pineapple and olives. You would not think that that would be a good flavor combination.
You would think that's Deadpool, but that's Ryan Reynolds. That's my friend.
Ryan Reynolds is perfect casting for the Deadpool character.
You know what's really funny about this? This is the same impression we do for Snyderverse fans.
True. It's also like I feel bad because I like him as Deadpool.
No, he's good.
I like him.
We're not making fun of the movie we're making fun of 15-year-olds who are like, why would I even like to go to Cause when I could go see Deadpool instead? Oh man.
Why would I even whack to go to Cause?
That's what's really bad about that voice is I can get stuck in it sometimes. And I just do it.
Example, it's easy, Carter. I don't like it.
I don't like it. I don't like it when they try to do the Cause Fui instead of the Deadpools. Mr. Teacher Man, instead of watching the Cause movie today, can we watch the Deadpool?
The Deadpool?
What is this show? What is this podcast?
Granted, there was a character I did like in this, and it was what was it? It was like a Scottish chicken.
The Scottish chicken.
Understand.
It was. Oh, I love the Scottish chicken. What's the Scottish chicken's name? That Thrust.
Is it Babs? The knitting one?
No, Scottish chicken.
She has glasses.
It's the smart one. It's the one that does the thrust bit.
Oh.
Thrust. Mac. It's Mac. Which is crazy.
Mac Jones.
Yeah, that's not what I expected.
Mac is a lot. Mac is a little like, oh, Aardman, you made a Scottish character. I also love the rat characters. They're great. I love how when they're not stealing shit for the chickens, they become Statler and Waldorf.
I don't know who those people are.
Statler and Waldorf are the two hecklers in the Muppets. I don't even...
Oh, I know who those people are.
Oh, yeah. And when the rooster, Rocky, shows up, and she's like, you sprained the anterior tendon connecting the radius to your humerus. I gave her a wee bit of a tweak, Jimmy, and wrapped her up. And Rocky's like, was that English?
Hey, what'd you just fucking say? That's so good. He does that like a couple times. And Ginger is so annoyed with him every time. Ginger's like, how do you not understand this?
And just
dumb piece of
fires
shit.
Back whatever she said.
Ginger has no patience for Rocky, which I love. I love their little chemistry.
Yeah, Ginger's like, she's speaking English. She's not speaking Gaelic, dude.
It's closer. It's definitely closer in dialect to Gaelic than English, but it's closer to English than it is to Gaelic, you dumb piece of shit.
As much as, like, you can tell from looking at the chicken farm how it's supposed to appear like a concentration camp, they maintain a pretty light air throughout the whole movie, except one part I noticed.
When the chicken gets its head cut off.
No, when the knitting chicken that Abel loves was knitting a noose.
Oh yeah, right after they find out they're all gonna die.
Yeah.
Also, Rocky's so wrong for that. When he's like, usually when you want people to do something, you don't mention death. And I'm like, I don't know. Impending death sounds like a great motivator to me. If someone was like, if we don't escape this place, they're gonna make you into a pie, I think I would work harder to escape. You know? Like, I'd just get out of there.
That's like a motivation thing that I do at the gym sometimes. When I'm like, I think I could go harder, I just go, what if my life depended on this? I could probably do like 2 more reps, right? And then I do 2 more reps.
What if unless I'm able to bench 135?
What if I was pinned under this rock?
It works though. It works like crazy.
My cat's stuck under this car.
They're gonna turn me into a chicken handy if I don't lift this bar.
They're gonna turn me into a Hume handy if I don't lift this bar.
A Hume handy.
Yeah, that's right. That's how you sound to the rest of us.
My greatest fear, Carter. I don't want to be a Hume handy.
How many Hume handies do you think they could make out of you? How many?
I could take a lot of Hume handies, believe me.
They're never prepared right.
No. Also, British people, just to be clear, this is how you sound. All right? We're not doing a bit. This is how the things you say sound.
These people eat spotted dick.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why would you name a food that? Like, there's no other country. Like,
okay,
we don't even
genius.
we don't even call there's in Appalachia there is a delicacy that is actually a bull's testicles, and we don't call it bull testes. We call it Rocky Mountain oysters.
Put some flavor on it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Meanwhile, a British person would be like, well, it's the bull bag. You're eating a bull bag. It's the bully balls. When I was in England, there was actually a candy. It was circular. It was a round candy. I have a picture of it. It was called camel balls. It's a candy in England. Camel balls.
Camel balls?
Yeah, camel balls. Let me look it up. It's got red filling. It's a brown round chocolate with red filling, and the art on the package is a cartoon camel with his balls.
Isn't it a camel like turned around?
Yes, it's a camel
I've seen this on the internet.
Dude, look it up. Literally, you can see this camel's balls.
He's like turned around looking at you.
Yes.
Like it's not even like there's a camel and then there's like little candy balls. Like these are testicles.
These are camel balls.
This is very clearly a scrotum
extra
of a camel.
Sour, liquid filled. No gluten.
Solid.
Camel balls. Whose fucking idea was this? I got this great candy idea. What should we call it?
What if we had? Hey, it's got a red filling. It's a chocolate with a red filling. What should we call it?
No, first they're trying to come up with names, and one of the guys in the pitch meeting goes to the maker of the candy, and he's like, "Hey, question: can we make it like brown instead of green?" And he's like, "Why?" And they're like, well, we got a killer idea in the marketing room. Check out these pictures.
Check out these pics.
Just a picture, and they just doodled it in 2 seconds, like for it at the meeting.
It's not even.
It's just a camel with giant nuts.
It's not even like a full sketch. It's just 4 legs, a camel head, a humpback, and then 2 giant balls. That's the sketch that he did in the pitch.
And they're like, so now picture him looking at you, like looking back at you.
What if he was staring at you, being like, what if he was staring you with an expression on my face that was like, eat my balls. You should eat my balls. They're delicious. What if that was the expression on his face?
You should eat my balls.
You should eat my balls and then give me a Humie. Mason, what was your favorite scene?
I don't know if we can do. I don't think I have a favorite scene.
Okay. All right, fine.
I mean, why are you picking me out of everyone to say my favorite scene?
Well, because I already said my favorite sequence. I think Abel did. Abel, what was your favorite sequence?
I don't know.
See? Come on, Carter. This is a
I
tough
was going to
question.
tie it in with everything with Babs.
Well, I said my favorite. Are we ready to move? Let's move into quotes. I have a good one. Let's do quotes.
Oh, wait, no, I do have a scene. My bad.
Oh.
Closing credits, the chicken or egg debate.
Oh, that's
pretty
great.
good.
That's really good. I really like that as an ending. And then the score, like as he's like, wait, start again. And then the score picks up.
Because it was the rats, right?
Yeah, it was the rats arguing.
Yeah.
Because they were going to start their own
And if you
chicken
watch the
farm.
whole thing, you can hear them come back at the end.
Oh, so
They
good.
keep going for a little bit.
Oh, those rats. They're fun.
Yeah. They made a second one like a couple years ago, right?
I was going to talk, so it was last year. It's called Dawn of the Nugget. Aardman has a deal with Netflix, which is why that's the new Wallace and Gromit came out. That was really good. I really liked it. Dawn of the Nugget was fine. It wasn't great. I didn't love it. It's definitely not as good as this one. The Wallace and Gromit one is not a sequel to Curse of the Were-Rabbit, though. It's a sequel to one of their cartoons, the one where there's an evil penguin who steals a diamond.
Oh, yeah. That one's a great one.
Yes.
The close shave? No, the wrong trousers?
Yes. Yeah.
I can't remember.
It's the
Which
wrong
one of those
trousers.
two?
It's the wrong trousers. But that movie's really good. It came out this year. Dawn of the Nugget came out last year. I think Aardman definitely has a deal with Netflix. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Even though I made fun of Netflix. But also, Aardman, just make that movie and release it in theaters. I'd go see it. I'd fucking go see it. I'll do it. But it's not as
Honestly,
good.
probably would have been more likely to watch the new Wallace and Gromit in theaters than on Netflix.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially because I don't have Netflix right now.
Yes.
But you know what I'm saying.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Thank you for listening.
But yeah, there's a sequel. It's about Rocky and Ginger's kid going off and doing an adventure.
Okay.
And it gets kind of
What
dark.
would you give that?
It's not as good. I'd give it probably like a 6 or 7. I only watched it the once though,
Okay.
so I don't know. This one's definitely better. But is it time to move into quotes, my dudes?
Yeah, I have a couple that I haven't said yet.
All
I
right.
just thought it was funny when she's talking about the pie machine. The husband is like, "What kind of pies?" And she goes, "Apple pies." "No, I'm just kidding. Chicken pies, you great lummox." I don't know what that means, but
Great Lummox is amazing.
yeah. And then they have another little bit of banter. She's telling him to grab chickens to throw into the pie machine, and they start attacking him. And he's covered in chickens, and they're all biting him. And he goes, "Miss Tweety, the chickens are revolting." And she just doesn't even look at him, and she just yells, "Finally, something we agree on."
Because she hates the fucking chickens and living on an egg farm, even though she doesn't interact with them.
But my favorite quote has got to be when they're having a discussion about what they're doing, and Ginger goes, "So laying eggs all your life and then getting plucked, stuffed, and roasted is good enough for you, is it?" And then Babs just goes, "It's a living."
It's a living. Mason, what about you? What you got for quotes?
The first kind of like stunt that the chickens are attempting to try and get over the fence. I don't remember if it was the slingshot or like whatever it was. But the rats are standing there, and one of the rats is like, "They're gonna kill themselves." And then he takes a pause and he's like, "You want to watch?"
Oh, dude, I have. That's when they're trying to learn how to fly. That's his big plan. I have a quote that's just after that. I have 2 quotes. There's in the first lineup when all the chickens have to line up, or else they'll be killed, right? Or like to be counted, to have their eggs counted. Fowler is next to the bigger, like the tall, strong chicken, and he's just under his breath because she didn't get in line in time. He's muttering, "There'll be a stern reprimand for you, lad. You're grounded." Like, like they're not in a fucking concentration camp already. Like, like there's anything he can punish her with. And then my second one is when the rats are Statler and Waldorfing, and the one rat goes, "The tension's killing me," when they pull the rubber band back, and right as they fire, the other rat goes, "It's gonna kill them." That's good heckling.
That's pretty funny.
That's some good heckles out of some rats. Anyway, those are my 2 quotes. Are we ready to rank that movie?
Rank that movie.
Rank that movie. All right,
Wait,
Mason.
Abel, do you have the spreadsheet?
Yeah.
What did I give Wallace and what did I give Curse of the Were Rabbit?
I did not put yours down there for that one.
F. Okay. I'm going blind then.
Just gonna do the same thing.
No, I was gonna go 1 under.
Wild.
5?
Chicken Run of 5? Okay. You're
down
just
the
not
middle.
a huge fan of it.
No, I'm not like a huge fan, but I think it like does its job as like a funny kid family movie. I think that audience would probably enjoy it, but I don't think outside that audience many people like if you're a big fan of, I forgot the maker of the movie, but if you're also just a big fan of claymation and stop motion animation, I think you would like this movie. And I can appreciate the work that goes into it. But it's just not my favorite movie. No.
Gotcha. Carter is seething.
I'm not saying that's a fine. That's a fine opinion.
That's fine.
That's fine.
It's fine.
I'm gonna kill him, but it's fine. No, I'm kidding. Wait, what'd you give it, Mason?
5, right down the middle.
That's crazy. That one's good. That to me is crazy. But
I thought it was bang average.
wild. Abel.
Like I said earlier, I don't think I like this as much as Were Rabbit or other. Just Wallace and Gromit in general, I think is a bit stronger, but I still really enjoyed this. I'd give this a 7. Would watch again.
I'm gonna go ahead.
I did watch it just like a little bit earlier today, so I haven't like dwelled on it super long, but I think that sounds fair for now.
I'm gonna go ahead and give this an 8. I really like it. I got a lot of nostalgia for it. The amount of work that goes into these is fucking insane. Like the idea that any of these get made is remarkable. I just love this. I love this movie. It's really fun. It's funny. I love it. 8.
Hell yeah.
So is it now time for Mason to maybe spin some wheels?
We gotta talk about what we've been watching.
Oh yeah, we do have to talk about what we've
There was
been
also
watching.
like one random note I took that I didn't bring up because it wasn't in association to the movie.
What was the note on?
Did you guys ever have in like elementary school a movie thing where people could bring in movies for the class to watch?
No.
No.
Okay, this was like 2nd grade, I believe. But the only criteria was that the movie had to be PG rated, obviously. So you could basically bring in anything. And I somehow remembered it this week, but I wanted your guys' reaction to the gall of a 2nd grade Mason being like, these guys aren't ready for planet Earth. That was my choice.
You
for
brought in
class.
Planet Earth.
I love Planet Earth.
Planet Earth is a banger.
You know what I've been...
You should watch Planet Earth for the
You know what's
bar.
really fucked up? Well, Planet Earth isn't a movie. It's like a mini series. But
Yeah.
Mason knows this about me. One of my interests is nature. One of my things that I love is nature documentaries. I watch them all the time. Mason, I've probably seen Planet Earth more than anyone in the world, and I've definitely seen Planet Earth 2 more than anyone in the world. I'll do like months where I don't watch a show or anything. I'll just watch all the Planet Earths, like the Frozen Planet and the Blue Planet and the Green Planet.
I like nature docs, but I think you can really get me if it's more of a specific subject that I'm into.
Have you seen any of the Disney
Whales?
nature ones? Oh, dude,
Whales, you got me.
I got one for. Have you seen the James Cameron one? Have you seen the James Cameron one on Disney Plus?
I don't think so.
Okay, James Cameron, he's my favorite type of rich person. He's what rich people all should be, where he's a fucking dork and he's picked his dork interest. And I'm not saying that is a bad thing. This is the best thing a rich person can be, other than dead. Boom. Sorry.
That was a banger.
No, James Cameron, and he's not a billionaire. He's a very high millionaire. He is just a dork. He bought a submarine. He financed this whole fucking documentary that he made at a loss. Like he didn't make any money from this. You know what I mean? And I don't know how much of it is pseudoscience. It all seems pretty well backed, and the people he has on it seem like legit biologists. It's all about how human beings in their research of animals really downplay how smart they are. Because that's our claim to fame, is that we're the smartest species on Earth. And it's all about how whales showcase extreme intelligence and even culture, which is not something So it's all about that. And every episode is about a different species of whale or cetacean.
Yeah, there's so many crazy things with whales, like different... Yes, within different species, but also within different subgroups of those species that live elsewhere on the world.
Mm-hmm.
Certain things like little affectations in their dialect that almost seem similar to how we have accents. And then like also different groups of whales having different hunting methods, and researchers observing how these older whales teach the younger whales these different hunting tactics. Like, yeah, crazy stuff.
It's pretty brutal, too. The way killer whales who eat seals teach younger whales to how to hunt seals is they'll catch a seal, keep it alive, and then just let it go. And then just keep catching it for the little ones, which is fucked up. Which is terrifying.
Yeah. No, it's
the worst
brutal,
day
like,
that a seal could have.
Literally any seal that sees like a mother killer whale with like its kids is like, fuck. Not today. Please.
Isn't there also, though, not a single, like, in the wild documented attack of a killer whale on a person?
No, they attack boats sometimes because boats kill their babies a lot.
Right.
But they have never attacked a person in the water. I don't know. I don't know if this is true, but elephants, they've done brain scans of elephants, and elephants look at us the same way we look at puppies. Just a little and cute. So maybe killer whales do that too.
Tiny things.
Just tiny little cute thing.
Well, I think like sperm whales are super fascinating to me. And yeah, the stories of divers talking about like having close encounters with those are just mind boggling.
Why are they called that again?
Because the reason the sperm whale's head is so long like that, there's a big organ in it. It's kind of got this fluid in it, and they think it's used for two purposes. One is like to conduct those sonar waves that they use to like communicate, and sort of as like echolocation too. So it kind of like transfers those vibrations through their head and out into the water. But then
These
they also
things are funny looking.
Yeah. And then they theorize that when sperm whales dive, because they dive really deep to hunt, that as they get deeper into that colder water, the fluid in that bladder might kind of solidify and make their head heavier. So it acts like a diving bell pulling them down.
And when whalers first saw it, they thought it was sperm.
Yes, because it was like a white. They called it like spermicide.
It's called spermaceti.
Spermaceti. That's what they called it. And so that was the substance. That's why they were called sperm whales, and that's what they were hunted for. Was that because weren't they? That was the oil they used for like lamps and stuff.
Well, they also use just the blubber, the mass amounts of fat and blubber that is on whales. Yeah. But I'm sure that waxy substance was better for burning. I don't know. We still whaled in America after the invention of the light bulb. Why? Who fucking knows? Who knows?
The cruelty is the point.
It was historically used, spermaceti, was used in candles, lamp oil, lubricants, and cosmetics.
Cosmetics is wild.
Yeah.
Honey, what are you putting on your face there? Oh, just some spermaceti. Don't you worry about it, darling. I'm going to get all gussied up. Anyway, what were we talking about? What were we doing?
We were about to get into watching lately.
Oh, yeah. I can go first. I have two things. First thing, that's fun that you mentioned that because I have been watching a bunch of nature docs recently. And 2, baseball's back, baby. It's the fucking baseball season again.
Go M's, baby.
Mariners won their opening day. Everybody can suck it. Also, baseball's being infected by my least favorite thing in sports. They're putting ads on the jerseys. The Mariners will be wearing a Nintendo patch on all their jerseys, including their City Connect jerseys this year. It's a damn shame.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
What about you guys?
I have not been watching a whole lot. I've started to catch up a little bit after I finished Severance. I'm catching up a little bit on Common Side Effects, which just got renewed for a season 2. It's that Adult Swim show about pharmaceutical companies and this magic mushroom that revives people, basically. It's a great show. Excited to see more. Yeah, not really doing a lot besides that and watching the Mariners. Mason, what you been watching? F1?
We didn't have a race. Well, I mean, technically there's been no further, no on-track things. Off the track, big news in F1 world. The barest minimum information for those who don't know. 10 teams in F1. Each team has 2 cars and 2 drivers on the grid. One of the top teams in contention because they have debatably the best driver. The driver who's won the last 4 years. His name's Max Verstappen. They have him, but then his teammate, the first 2 races of the season, placed last. And after 2 races, they're giving him the axe. And it's pretty savage, but, you know, if they're going to compete for the championship, they need results. But they're giving my boy Yuki Tsunoda a shot. My boy from Japan.
Okay. You were just talking about him the other episode.
Yeah, he was doing really well in Red Bull's second team. So I'm crossing my fingers and I'm hoping for the boy.
Hell yeah.
So we'll see. And then
how many races are there a season?
There's like 22. But I think recently they've added 1 or 2, so maybe it's like 23.
Huh.
How long's the season?
There's like a summer break that's like a month or so. But the main break, the season ends in like November and then starts up again in March. So there's like a winter break that's the actual break.
So there's like a race every week?
It's sometimes there's back-to-back weeks, but usually like ballpark, it's every other weekend.
Okay.
Because that also gives them time, like 2 weeks to either like go home and then also travel to whatever the location of the next race is.
Yeah, that seems like a fucking grueling process. So,
dude, with all the teams moving their cars and the pit crews and the garage setups, it is a traveling circus, dude.
Yeah.
It's wild. I also have not been watching that much, but I've been reading a little more Dune.
Good?
It's pretty good. I'm liking it.
Hell yeah.
I was also shocked to learn that there's 6 books in this series.
I think there's like more, but they're not like main series. I don't know.
There's 6 in the main, and there's like a couple spin-off prequel stuff. But the main story, there's 6 books.
Okay. Still haven't finished that first one, but we get to it maybe eventually.
You know how they'll divide up a book into a couple segments, and each segment will be like book 1.
Yeah.
So the first Dune book does that. So I just finished the first like big segment. So I'm like 250 pages or so in.
Oh, okay. I think I like had like 100 pages left when I stopped. I need to fucking just get over myself and finish it, but now I don't have it with me, so maybe later.
Maybe later. Oh yeah, it's your spin.
Yeah. Oh no, we're not spinning.
Oh, we're not?
Why not?
Right? Let me check.
Oh, check. I think we are spinning.
No, we're watching Hop.
Is next week Easter? No, it's not.
Easter's 4/20.
Yeah.
This would be the 15th.
Oh, you're right.
This Chicken Run one's coming out the 8th.
Okay,
Lemonade Mouth is the first. Yeah, so we're doing Hop and then Coraline, and then we got 4 weeks of spins.
I have a question. Do we want to do Hop or do we want to do Rise of the Guardians?
Rise of the Guardians?
That Jack Frost one?
That one's like every holiday.
I know, but it's set at Easter. The actual holiday in it is Easter. So, but it's up to you guys. Hop is definitely a more Eastery movie, for sure. But Rise of the Guardians, I remember being
That's like the only Easter movie that I can think of.
yes. Do we want to do
I saw
Hop?
Rise of the Guardians in theaters, I think.
Which one do?
My vote would honestly probably be Rise of the Guardians.
It's a better movie for sure. But Abel,
I'm okay with whatever.
no, because
But we'll just probably do Hop next year. So
let's just do Hop to get out of the way. What do we say?
sure.
Okay.
All right. Or actually, fuck this.
None of us are excited.
Let's flip a coin.
Let's watch Rise of the Guardians.
Let's flip a coin.
How many people are going to be looking up Hop videos?
That's what That's actually true. Fuck it. Let's do Rise of the Guardians. Let's do Rise of the Guardians. All right.
Okay, we're watching Rise of the Guardians.
Rise of the Guardians.
That's the episode. Yeah, follow us on YouTube. Well, subscribe to us on YouTube. Like the video. Thanks for the support on the Departed episode. It's going crazy, even though most people are probably just commenting to tell us that we're wrong. Even though we don't say anything in the episode, I just clickbaited you into clicking on the video and say, no, Goodfellas is better.
Which isn't true, but
Yeah, thanks for the support. Thanks for supporting. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Blue Sky. Email us pacificsanderguys@gmail.com. We have not gotten any emails. That's okay.
it's fine. All right. Bye, everybody.
Take care.
So, yep.
You should eat my balls. They're delicious.